Hey y'all, it's Miss Simon here. Welcome to Cohort 2020, a class of 2024. So, we just wanted to give an opportunity for us to get together and to let you know who we are and what are our expectations. So, our first thing is our goal. We want to see you all cross Academy Field. And in order for you to get there, we just want to kind of give you a little bit of an image of what it looks like. So those cap and gowns, we will make sure that you have in your size, but in order to get there, we have to get to our classes and we have to do what it is that we need to do. So 22 credits all the way. The mantra for this school year is shoulder up. You are going to constantly hear it. In order for you to be successful, we have to shoulder up. So throughout the district and definitely here at NFA Maine, we shoulder up. The mission, vision, and core values. We always have to make sure we have a mission and vision so we know where it is, how it is, and how to get there. So the mission of the district is inspiring students to become tomorrow's leaders beyond Academy Field. Our vision, through the work of all, we achieve inclusive excellence. Our core values, nurturing, empowering, collaborative, student-centered, and diverse. All those pretty much describe who we are and what we believe in here at NFA Maine and the Newburgh Central School District, Enlarged Central School District. So the administrators. I'm going to first introduce the administrators of the Cohort 2020 because, we are the awesome cohort. We have me, Miss Simon. I am with the students who are A through L. Then we have Mr. Cruz. Hello, Mr. Cruz. We have Ms. Hayes, who works with me and all the students in A through L, and Ms. Mills. Hello, Ms. Mills. Thank you. There are some other awesome cohort administrators in this building, and you will always find them in the hallways, in their offices, and they're here to help. 2018, we have Mr. Glasgow and Mr. Spellman. 2019, we have Ms. Fredericks and Ms. St. Louis. And 2021, we have Ms. Barnes, and we are waiting for our next cohort administrator for that cohort. But back to the awesome cohort 2020. So, our school counselors, we have Ms. Stamos and Mr. Hill. School social worker, we have Ms. Campbell. And school psychologist, we have Mr. Fassett. So let me tell you a little bit about Ms. Stamo. Ms. Stamo works with the students who are from A through L, so she gets to work with me. Mr. Hill and Mr. Cruz, the combo, they work with N through Z. Ms. Campbell and Mr. Fassett, they get to work with everybody. So we have a dynamic group here, and we are here to support you all. For our next slide, I will hand this over to one of the most important parts of our cohort, our school guidance counselors.
Thank you, Ms. Simon, and welcome everyone. I hope that you take a little bit away from what we have to present today. Today, I want to focus a little bit on schedules, grade level classification, graduation requirements, as you see in the screen there, evening high school, and the importance of keeping your scheduled appointments. So by now, everyone's schedule should be finalized. The ad drop period has ended. If you have any questions or concerns about your schedule, please contact Mr. Hill or myself. In regards to grade level classification, I wanted to discuss this because I think it's important for you to understand, as Ms. Simon mentioned, our expectations and credit-wise, what it is you need to earn in order to be promoted to the next grade level. So by the end of last school year, you should have earned 2.5 credits in order to have been promoted or classified as a 10th grader. That's 1 credit of English or global and then another credit in one of the other core subjects, such as English, math, science, or history, along with a zero point 0.5 of PE. If you did not earn that at the end of last year, you will notice on your student portal that you are still classified as a ninth grader. Okay, so it's important for you to understand the reason why you may not be listed as a 10th grader. We want all of you to get on track. So what you need for the end of this year to be promoted to 10th to 11th grade is a total of 10 credits. And that looks a little different. Now the expectation is a little bit greater. You need 6 credits in English, 6 total credits, my apologies. English 9, English 10, Global 1, Global 2, Math, Science, and 4 elective credits, as well as that zero point 0.5 in PE. It's important for you to understand what you need in order to be able to progress. As Ms. Simon mentioned, we want to see you all walk across Academy Field. The slide reflects the total number of credits that you need to graduate. It's a total of 22, as well as the Regents examination requirement. Mr. Hill and I will continue to have these conversations with you individually. We will review your transcripts as well as review your individual graduation requirements to keep you on track to graduate as you earn the 22 credits and satisfy those Regents requirements as well. In order to keep you on track, I wanted to take a minute to talk about evening high school. So for those of you who are interested in either taking a course for credit recovery because you may not have been successful previously, or perhaps you're just interested in taking a course in advance, consider attending evening high school. Please reach out to Mr. Hill or myself, and we will discuss the options with you as well as get you registered and on track. Lastly, scheduling appointments. Mr. Hill and I have posted our Calendly links on the Google Classroom, so it's available to you all the time, as well as you will find our Calendly links in our signatures, our email signatures. If there's something you choose or that you need to have a conversation with us about, or you simply just want to sit down and talk about, what I just mentioned before in regards to your academics, please feel free to schedule an appointment with us. I will say though that, we do the 2020 cohort is a large cohort, and myself and Mr. Hill are the only school counselors assigned to this particular cohort. So if you schedule an appointment with us, please make sure that you maintain that appointment. It's important because there's a lot of other students that want our time as well. We want to make sure that we provide you with the time that you need to address whatever concerns or questions that you might have, okay? In the real world, what happens if you miss an appointment, you might get charged, right? So you don't want to lose money. We don't want to waste our time. And we want to make sure that we're here to discuss any and all questions or concerns with you, so that you have all the information going forward to make good, important, informed decisions. And now I'm going to turn it over to the other half of the counseling team, Mr. Hill.
Hey guys, how's it going? Just to piggyback more on what Mrs. Stamo was talking about in terms of communication, the primary means of communication is through email. You should really get into the habit of checking your email multiple times, at least once a day. Anytime we need to get you information, our first means is sending that email. Your assistant principal, they're going to be doing the same. Teachers are going to be doing the same. You're going to get updates to different classrooms that you're a part of there as well. So definitely check your emails. I want to show my screen here because, let's see. So most of you are members of our Cohort 2020 classroom. Here's the stream right here. So Mrs. Stamo and I, we put all the updates, information in here, lots of resources. For example, we have a Launchpad overview right here. You can click on that video to get the most out of your Launchpad. Staff faculty directory so that you can email your teachers directly. If you know you're going to be out of school, email your teachers and they'll get right back to you. Anything like that. You can, if you're on the student portal and you see that you have an absence in a class, but you were actually there, email your teacher and get that sorted out. We post our newsletters, student tech help. Most of the questions that you guys email us with, the resources are right here. Definitely email us, but check out the the classroom. More information, resources under classwork. And you look at the different categories. You've got some basic information on Naviance technology. Password, for example, for the technology. We've got the newsletter here. We've got bus route information, the teacher list again, graduation requirements. So it's good practice to start checking out the classroom and see the next thing that's posted. Apart from this, while I do have you here, I just want to go over to the Launchpad because Mr. Decker was able to give us this Cohort 2020 button. And we've got some other resources here as well. So it's, you get on that Launchpad, you can click on the button. We've got all sorts of resources here. Again, to go over what Mrs. Stamo was saying about night school, I think I'm going to post the night school offerings of classes so you can think about what you want to do next semester in the fall. But there are many opportunities. But anyway, communication, check those emails, all right? And let me go back here. And I'm going to be passing this off to Mr. Fassett, our school psychologist.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this video. I hope it's been a good day so far. To introduce myself, my name is Mr. Fassett. Like Mr. Hill said, I am a school psychologist here working with the 2020 cohort. So to understand what I do here in the building, what my role is like Ms. Simon said, I work with the entire cohort, with any student who is in need of any kind of assistance, whether that be a mental health concern, an emotional concern, social emotional learning, conflict resolution, and any sort of an issue that you're facing, whether it's here or at home. I'm someone that you can reach out to for some support, to bounce some ideas off of, or just if you need to get some things off your chest. As I always say, sometimes just talking about things, giving it a name, can make it a lot easier, can make it easier to manage, to deal with, can make it easier to find some of those solutions. And that's really what I try and do is help students find solutions to whatever stress or complications they're facing. My office is room 324. It's in the upstairs corridor, directly above the main office in the auditorium. So you can find me there. If you're passing by, feel free to stop in and say hello. I do ask that you always knock before you enter the room because I do keep all of our conversations as confidential as possible. So if I'm working with another student, I want to afford them the same respect I would afford you. If we were meeting, that privacy and that confidentiality. So please knock before you come in, or better yet, like Mr. Hill said, send me an email and let me know you'd like to set up a time. And then I can make sure that I have that time set aside just for you where we can have those conversations and you can trust that it wouldn't be anybody else walking in or overhearing what we're talking about. So again, my roles and responsibilities primarily is to support you socially and emotionally as you face the stress of high school and of adolescence and of growing up. Stress is a natural part of life. You will face it throughout your entire life. That's something that we need to get used to, something we need to learn how to cope with. When stress becomes overwhelming or you start to feel symptoms of depression or anxiety, those are good times to reach out for some help. Even if it's just a one-time conversation, I can put you in touch with some other resources, some other people that may be able to help you out. So I really recommend don't let things get to the point where you feel like you can't cope anymore. If you start to feel overwhelmed or stressed more so than normal, reach out and let's see what we can do. A lot of my other responsibilities have to do with individual evaluations for students. So I may be working with some of you over the course of the year individually doing some testing. Typically, the testing only has to be done every 3 years. So if we're meeting once, that was probably the only time we'll have to sit down and do that. But that is a large part of my job here in the building as well, along with IEPs and 504 meetings. So for any student who receives any kind of specialized service, who has annual review meetings, now that you're in high school, we are expecting more and more that our students participate and attend those meetings. So you'll hear from me reaching out. You'll get invitations for those meetings if this applies to you. If you're unsure about what to expect or what that meeting is going to be like, let me know. I can sit down, walk you through the whole process, get you comfortable with what sorts of questions you're going to be asked, what kind of information we go over at those meetings, and what you can expect. Because your voice is very important in those meetings. We're making decisions for educational programming, and your goals and aspirations are a driving force behind all of that. So one of my favorite sayings I've heard here at the building is nothing about me without me. So we want you present at those meetings to have your voice heard. And one last piece I want to touch on, I'm also sort of a contact person in the building for anyone who may be impacted by what's called the McKinney-Vento legislation, which is a law that protects the rights of students who may be experiencing homelessness in any of its various forms. This often looks like students who, maybe their families have lost their apartment. They've had to move in with a relative or a friend for a period of time. And this is legislation that provides services and accommodations such as transportation support for you if you are experiencing any situation like that. When it comes to issues like homelessness or the McKinney-Vento Act, I encourage you, if you are not sure if this applies to you, ask. It is better to ask and find out that you're not in that situation or you don't qualify for those services than to not ask and miss out on things that could be used to help you. Those are very difficult times for families, and we want to provide as much support as we possibly can. So again, if you're unsure, if you are in that type of a situation, please reach out to me and ask. We also have a district contact person. Her name is Corey Rogers. Her office is down at the Board of Education at the library, and her phone number is listed there as well as her email address. So if you would rather reach out directly to her, feel free to do so. Have your parents reach out to her if you're not sure if this is something that pertains to you. But again, please reach out and ask rather than assume it doesn't, because there may be supports and services available for you and your family to help you through what could be a very difficult time. So I will now pass it off to my better half, the other cohort, social emotional professional, Miss Ada Campbell, our school social worker.
Hello, Cohort 2020, class of 2024. I am Ada Campbell. I am the cohort social worker. In my role as social worker, I help students develop strategies to increase their success in the classroom and in the school environment at large. I help students, as Mr. Fassett has said, come up with solutions to problems and ways to manage one's emotions, especially anger management, which tends to be a big ticket for teenagers these days. I also work with students to develop social emotional goals and interpersonal skills. School social workers are also a bridge between the school community and the larger community at large. So once you leave these school buildings, you are in the larger community. There are agencies and resources available to help students and families maintain a stable environment. And if there's things that you need that we can't meet here inside of the school, there's nothing wrong with looking outside of the school to get the help that you need. When you want to speak confidentially about anything that may impact you and impact your success, you can find me in Suite 230B, which is right next to the main security office on the second floor. And my email is acampbell@necsd.net. Definitely appreciate an email sent when you want to make an appointment. I am also in the process of inviting each of you to my Google Classroom. So thanks to you all who have already accepted the invite. And for those who have not yet received one, it is on the way. I'm here to help each of you progress through your school year and also the remaining years to come. So I'm looking forward to working with each of you. And I just look to see you in the hallway. And when you see me, be sure to say hi. And now I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Decker.
Hello all, I am Mr. Decker. I am one half of the Instructional Technology team. Ms. Doolin is my better half.
The first thing that I want to show you is where you can go for the information you need concerning your technology needs, okay? So this is the Student Tech Help one-pager. This document can be found on a lot of your teachers' Google Classrooms, as well as the Launchpad underneath Student Tech Info. It looks like this, okay? Now, what does this show you? It shows you what the issue might be and how to resolve it, right? So for technical issues such as a keyboard, sound, screen, audio, and Chromebook swaps, all that, your first line of defense is to put in a help desk ticket, right? It looks like an orange life preserver. So it looks like this right here on your launch pad, okay? You fill out that, and then we will get to you in the order received, okay? And there's also a video right here on how to actually fill it out, right? There's other information on here as well, as what is the student guest Wi-Fi password for your personal devices, accompanied by a document right here that shows the password because it changes every month. There's a video on how to change your password as well as reset it to something that you would like, as well as recovering your password if you forgot it. Okay? And there's a bunch of other stuff like how to properly turn in your work so your teachers will be able to receive your work, right? There's a video on how to do that. And there's some other information down here that you could check out, okay? That's the technology info one-pager where most of your, if not all of your needs will be met via technology. Thank you.
Dignity for All Students Act. DASA is New York's anti-bullying law. It's to ensure that all students have the right to attend school in a safe, welcoming, and caring environment. DASA specifically ensures that all students in New York public schools are able to be educated, again, stressing the fact in a safe environment. It prohibits the harassment of students on school property or at school functions. It's to ensure that the schools are free of discrimination and bullying and harassment. So the question is, what exactly is bullying? Bullying is defined as unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. So the behavior is repeated, so it happens more than once, or it has potential to be repeated. It includes actions such as making threats, spreading rumors, attacking someone physically or verbally, or excluding someone from a group on purpose. Cyberbullying is pretty much one of our biggest concerns, and that's defined as bullying that takes place on any electronic technology. So that's your cell phone, computers, your tablet, any school communication tool, or anything that can be associated through social media sites, text messaging, chats, or websites. So one of the things that we just want to make sure that everyone understands is pretty much the old saying, if you can't say something nice, don't say it at all. If you're intending to hurt someone's feelings, or it may seem as if you're trying to hurt someone's feelings, the best thing to do is to stop and think. Is this the right thing to do? How would I feel if somebody was doing this to me? And if it is happening to you, to know that not only are the people that you see on this screen here to help you, but everyone in this building is here to ensure that you're safe and that you can be educated.
Thank you, Ms. Simon. Moving to the next piece of our assembly, our virtual assembly, we just want you to keep this in mind. You know, what is your end goal? As you meet with your guidance counselors and even with our social emotional support staff, with your teachers, with anyone, think of your goals. So in order to get to your goals, you have to be organized. You need a routine, something that you're used to, something that's familiar, something that helps you get through step by step. You know, the main thing is if you're in class, you're going to pass. And if you're not in class, obviously, you're not going to get the information. You're not going to understand the material. Please, everyone needs to be in class on time. If you have any difficulties with your classes, you can speak to any one of us. We're here to help you. We're here to support you. If you have an agenda, a calendar of some kind to keep yourself organized, that's also a good tip. And, you know, check in with your teachers from time to time. Make sure that you're up to date with all of your work, that if there is a missing assignment, that you make arrangements to make it up. Some things can be a little tricky. Tests and such, if the teacher doesn't know you're there, you can't really expect the teacher to say, okay, I'm going to hold up this test for you for a significant amount of time. It's not going to happen like that. Communicate with your teachers. That is the most important thing. As long as you're communicating and you're clear, you'll understand what the teacher's trying to tell you. You'll understand what security or anyone else in the building is trying to tell you, because the thing is that we are here to help you, and the more immediate that you seek that help, the better it is. We can take care of things when they're fresh. And obviously, check in with your school counselor, your administrator. You can check in with Mr. Fassett, Ms. Campbell, even our clerical staff in the offices, Ms. Mills, Ms. Hayes. Look, we're like I said, we're all here to help you get you all through this, because in Go Back Nation, that's what we do. We have a great spirit of unity within the building. We're Cohort 2020, class of 2024, and that means something. The expectation is that as you go through our programs, our classes, that you graduate in June of 2024. But it's not all academic. Sometimes you can go into different clubs. You can experience some of the great things that we do here, the pep rallies and the football games, the basketball games, not just the sports, but the clubs, the anime club. I'm just calling out some that, come to mind, but, it helps you meet other people of different neighborhoods, different backgrounds. It's a great way for us to take advantage of so many different cultures represented in our building, so many different interests, and a variety of these clubs and activities allow us the ability to help you with whatever you're interested in. We have a solar car program. In the past, they've gone all over the place. I mean, one year they went to England, they've gone to Detroit, they've gone to different cities, and they've won competitions. They've placed in competitions. We have over 25 clubs here at NFA and over 32 sports, both at the JV and the varsity level. So there's something for everyone here. Sometimes you might want to start a club. There is a process with that when you get an advisor and then it's approved by the board. That's always great. Here's three things to keep in mind. If you want to know what's going on at Newburgh Schools, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, it tells you basically what's going on, not just in our building, but throughout the district. The athletics is at Newburgh Goldbacks, and at Newburgh School Meals on Facebook will give you all of the menus and any food ideas. There is an important date coming up, in the near future, and that's October 11th. There is no school that day. It's Columbus Day, or as some people refer to it, Indigenous Peoples Day. We will not have school on that Monday, so mark that down in your agenda. Also, if you're going to be absent for any reason, let your teacher know. On that note, I do want to mention that as you look at our contact information, you're expected to be in class minimum 85% of the time to be able to participate athletically or in any club or activity. We also use it, if you've noticed, when you wanted to buy a ticket for a football game, we look at your attendance. That is by class. Just to tell us that you don't like a class is not sufficient. It's your responsibility to be in all of your classes. And like I said earlier, if there's an issue with something, you got to tell us, communicate with us. If you have a question about a class, just respectfully check with your teachers to see if there's anything you need to make up, or if there's a confusion about something. You can have a respectful, professional type conversation with your teachers. Again, NFA Maine has a lot to offer. We would like for all of you to take advantage of that. We would like for all of you to be involved in the school community to some extent, just to be able to say you didn't just go to class, but be a part of a larger community. When you move on from NFA, you'll be part of a larger community as well. And whether that's you go into the job force, you go to a trade school, college, a community college, the military, or any other type of after high school type of activity, you want to be able to be organized and goal-oriented and be a positive part of that community. If you have any questions about anything, you have our emails there, and we do encourage you to send us questions. If you've seen this assembly and there's something that pops into your mind and you want to know a little more about it, we'll take those. And in future virtual assemblies, we'll be addressing those as well. Also, keep in mind that in the past, as we did last year virtually, we do have some fun activities that we do. Last year, we did a bingo thing where we did give out prizes. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. Use the Launchpad Cohort 2020 link. Also look at the guidance counselors and the school psychologist and the school social worker Google Classrooms. And if you see us in the hallway, please say hello. We'd love to see you. We'd love to talk a little bit more with you. And we just thank you all for your attention. I thank the team for all of their insight. We thank the teachers who are showing this in their classrooms. And once again, NFA Maine, have a great day. We wish you all the best. Take care.